This guy asked about rubbing my feet. Dance gamer. Dance gamer. Oh, with a fake ID. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy has passed an ITG 16, and here he is using his training, cardio, and stamina to run for his life from the police. Check out this Usain Bolt style cardio. Good afternoon and welcome to another video. Yes, you read the title right. Today we're going to be reacting to quite a long video about a dance gamer getting busted in 4K resolution. And this video has been out for a very long time. And there's a couple of reasons why I want to react to this video. The first one, it's funny. Number two, my channel is quite well spread, right? So this video did the rounds in the American community, but outside of America, it didn't really make much traction, right? So because a lot of people from Asia and different countries watch my channel, I want to bring this video to you, and we're going to watch, laugh, cry, and do all those reactions together. I think it might be quite interesting. And the last one is raising awareness as well, because in this community, this stuff happens all the time. I've been in this community 27 years. It's absolutely full of fucking weirdos, right? Absolutely weird, crazy people. And when interactions and situations like this, a lot of people turn a blind eye to it, right? We can name so many people that have done things like this, and no one wants to talk about it. No one posts about it. There's a couple initial posts, and then that's it. It all dies, right? So if you go to an arcade, you share a hotel room with someone at an event or a tournament, how do you know that person you could be sharing a room with has done something before if no one's talking about it, right? And I think the theme of this is I want to talk about forgiveness as well. If someone's done something wrong, how long does it take until you forgive them? Is forgiveness an option? These are all questions, right? Not necessarily related to this video, but there are a lot of instances where people have done something. They've either chosen to defend themselves or not defend themselves, and they're never forgiven. They're sort of outcast for all of eternity. When does this become a point where forgiveness is an option? So I want to talk about all these things today. It's going to get a little complicated, but it doesn't matter, right? But there is a slight update with this video in which David here is part of different communities. So it offers us a window into what's happened in the last year or so with regards to how he's been doing. What? After this video. So we're going to dig into that as well. And I saw a mention of a allegation, I don't know, but we're going to check it out. So this guy has been in the community for, I think, 21 years now. Very old player. In fact, I'll show you. A post on DDR Freak, right? DDR Freak was the place to go for dance game, Dance Revolution in America. DDR Freak. If you played dance games, 1999, well, I think the site came out in 2000, 2001. So from that period all the way to around 2006 when ITG came out, you were a member of this website. You were a member, right? And I am. I am as well, and it's still active today. So this is the guy, David. He goes by Vilepickle in the dance game community, otherwise known as David. We're going to see him in the video. And he registered on this website on August the 9th, 2005. So this is around when ITG came out, if you follow that game. Just talking about passing expert 9s and 10s, right? So it's probably been playing like a year or two. The rate of improvement this long ago is quite slow, right? We don't have the resources we have now to get good, right? So he just registered on this website. So that's it. That's a bit of introduction into David, and all my interactions with him are pretty much just seeing his content and never reacting to it because I don't know, it's just whatever. I didn't really have any interactions with him, but he was quite liked by a lot of the community. He's more of a timing player, not so much a stamina player, but there are aspects of stamina FA, which means you play hard songs but very accurate, right? That seems to be his play style. So do remember that in fact, when we watch the video. So we're going to get into the video now. This video was posted by Skeeter Gene. He's a PDF hunter in America, and he's made a lot of videos. This was one of his first ones. So there was some poor planning and poor things involved, and well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
These men are trying to meet up with teenagers online.
Do you have kids of your own?
Yeah.
What would they think of this?
So let's turn that down a little. So he's catching PDF files as a sting operation, right? They have a decoy with like an underage girl, right? And they'd lure them in through Tinder, Snapchat, all these different social platforms, and then they'd appear out of the closet, right, and surprise them.
I act older, though.
You having a good Saturday night? How's it going?
Not only is it immoral and downright disgusting, but it's illegal. And these guys know that very well. You won't believe some of their excuses.
I don't have no intentions to try to do anything, but
You don't.
I don't.
What about...
Let's skip forward a little, right?
I'm Skeet Hansen with the Predatorial Investigation Unit, and these are the dangers of your kids using the internet unsupervised.
Yeah.
I hope you've brought your appetite because we've got a lot of Predator pasta to dish out here.
Predator pasta. Predator pasta. Wow.
Hey there, ladies and gents. A couple of announcements before we start this video today. So, first of all, this here is Dave's jacket, the alleged predator who
There is an update on that jacket, but I'm going to show you when the jacket scene comes on, right?
this that this video is about. He actually left this jacket at our sting house before he got up and left. Ran out in the cold without his jacket. I don't know how he managed to forget it, but he did. So, I figured I would take it and auction it off. See if, anyone wants to buy it.
It was on eBay.
I'm going to be listing this here jacket on eBay starting at just $1.
And I
That's
know
right.
the
You can
final
buy
price.
Dave's jacket possibly for $1
Reveal
or,
later.
however much it ends up going for. But whatever, earnings that we receive from the auction, 100% of that is going to go towards a charity. It's a Carhartt. It's a medium-sized men's jacket made in China. It's, let's see. It's 59% cotton, 39%
So, yeah, he's just making fun, being sarcastic, but he left it at the Sting house because he had to leave in a hurry, which we're going to see momentarily. It went on eBay, and I have a screenshot of the final price. You're not going to believe it. You don't want to miss it.
and 2% elastane or spandex, it says. So, pretty good materials here. I had it on for a little bit. It's actually pretty warm. And no, it hasn't been washed or anything, so it still smells like Dave. He uses a pretty good cologne. I think it might be Dior or something like that. And I'll probably autograph it somewhere too, just because, why not? I'm such a huge celebrity. It's gonna, raise the value of it for sure. So
Yeah, he's being sarcastic because he only had a few videos before this one, but he is actually pretty famous now from doing these videos. There are bad PDF hunters. Some take it a bit too far, wrongly, convict someone, but this one's somewhat kind of professional.
I also wore this jacket on part of my interview that I did with Inside Edition. So I don't know, it might have some value to it, it might not.
Right.
Either way, the link will be in the description below for anyone to bid on it. It's starting at $1. It might just go for $1. Who knows?
No, I didn't.
But that's going to be ultimately up to you guys. So be sure to check out the link in the description below if you're interested in Dave's jacket here. Secondly, I'd like to announce that I just got on this newer platform called Locals. It's basically like Patreon, except they don't like Predator. And check me out on wineries around. Or you could hang out with a 13-year-old girl that's home alone. Oh, wait a minute. That's something that Dave here added to the tour guide.
I think we're starting.
That's right. On a cold and lonesome Friday night, he showed up to our sting house for some fun time with an underage girl. If I were him, I would have chosen to visit a winery instead.
But you know what's funny about this video is they had some guys here with professional cameras, right? They're not always here. So the quality was so much better than it normally would be. It was like the golden coincidence that as this dance gamer guy came here, David Vilepickle, right? This is when they had all that equipment. It was like the bad luck of bad luck for him, and it's
but
just
Dave,
see, I'm almost laughing because I'm in disbelief, right? I just remember being, I think I was in Peru at the time, and this video got posted. I was like, there's no way, right? Because there's billions of people in the world, right? And how is it that the one you see on a show like this is someone you've almost like part of the community, right? I know at least 50 people who are friends with him, right? Is it a coincidence, or is it this game attracts these people, or is it something more?
different. We created an online profile of a teen girl to see if any potential predators would take the bait. We chatted with Dave for about 2 weeks before he would come over to hang out with this 13-year-old girl. His chat log was very dirty. He sent various graphic images of himself. Dave was the first alleged predator to attempt to seize the chat log from me.
Well, essentially.
Can I have that?
Oh, no, this is for the police, Dave.
This is for us.
Strictly for the police, Dave. Sorry.
Performance when he ran from us into the cold without his jacket on. Dave's sent was a picture of his
Here we go.
Dave. The girl says that she's 13 and asks Dave if he's okay with it. Dave says, sure. You okay with me being 30?
So this video came out in 2022, 2023, right? So he would be 33 now, right? So let me show you something. This is his profile on Aaron in Japan, which is another dance game forum, and you can see his birthday. Here is 2nd of February 1987, which would not make him 30. That would make him today. What would that make him today? 39, right? Yeah, it would make him 39, and when the video came out, it would make him 35, 36. So he's removing 5 or 6 years from his age, and his last login date was around when this video came out, because he's been doing some internet cleanup, which is evident because his website has been removed from the Wayback Machine and all these different places, right? But yeah, 1987, he's removing 5, 6 years. It's crazy.
That she doesn't mind.
Why not say 29? It sounds even better.
Dave says that he just doesn't want to get in trouble. He then asks the girl if she wants to trade some dirty pictures. The girl specifies that she's not very comfortable with that. But that still doesn't stop Dave from sending a graphic image. What he sent was a picture of his you-know-what held up next to a Monster Energy drink can. I guess he did this to show the comparison.
This is a Red Bull can. Monster Energy is a little bigger. Been in this community 27 years. Doesn't surprise me. It's full of dirty, retarded, autistic people. You don't need a community to enjoy this game. It's disgusting.
Dave then talks about how excited he is and asks
I'm talking about the Western community. I'm not talking about worldwide. Some communities and countries are very normal. If you include certain areas of America and Europe, that's what I was talking about.
to meet her. The rest of his chat log is so graphic that we can't show it here on YouTube. But just know that it's very X-rated. Dave was very comfortable when he thought he was getting lucky with this 13-year-old girl. But his luck ran out when I walked out of the bathroom.
You know, he was chewing gum and he put it in the bin when he arrived, right? If you're coming to chat, well, why is that when you put the gum in the bin? Maybe I'm speculating.
It was the beginning of January when we came across this Dave fellow on the Kick app. He messaged our decoy account. We were posing as a 13-year-old girl, and
Oh, so he messaged her. The decoy didn't reach out to him. He was the one that came in.
he just wastes no time. Immediately starts, talking sexual to this girl. I mean, that's one way to start off the new year, I guess. Dave did not waste any time.
So they're kind of going through the previews, but they're also like getting into the meat of what happened. So what I'm going to tell you is roughly what he's saying, and then we can kind of start the story from the start, right? I think that might be better. Yeah, he reached out to her, sent a bunch of dirty pictures, then arranged to meet her in a seedy motel, right? In America, the place they're at now is like a seedy motel. You get the one or the two beds or a double bed. You get a little desk along here with a kettle. Don't ever use that kettle. People put their underwear in there and boil it, and that's how they clean the underwear, right? A lot of homeless people, if they raise enough money for the night, will stay in a motel. People who only deal with cash, you know, that they travel a lot, they want to stay under the radar, they stay in a motel. I've stayed in some of these motels, and some of them are absolutely disgusting. This is a seedy motel. I think he's arriving now. This guy has a good channel, but he yaps a lot.
Just have a seat on the bed.
Sure.
Yeah, you just sit here with this one. How was your day?
Pretty good.
That's good.
Just kind of worked and been kind of chilling at home.
Good. That's nice.
How about you?
Here, I can take that for you. It was good. It wasn't bad.
Nice.
I just kind of hung out here and, you know, just chilled.
You notice how he's looking down here? I'm kind of wondering why. He's putting his chewing gum in the bin. Maybe so he can talk better.
Yeah. So you live here with your mom then?
Took his shoes off. Shoes off. Now that's like a cultural thing, or it could be a family thing. In my house, we always remove shoes, right? But in other people's house, they leave the shoes on all the time. Other people take their shoes off if they think they're not going to be needing them.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Is it like the normal rate for just like staying here for a long time, or?
I'm not sure. Like, she did all that, you know, so I'm not too sure what the exact rates were, but I don't think it would be like that bad. I don't know. It's just like a basic hotel,
Nice.
you know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I've actually been to this one before.
Really?
Yep.
Why'd you come here?
It was on a day 2, so.
Oh, nice. Nice.
He's been to the same seedy motel before. Like, that's not a motel you want to go back to. It's a one and done. You know, maybe you meet someone on a night out, you go there once. It's not somewhere you go with your family, you know? And why is he talking to her about rent rates? It's pickup line or something. But he looks awfully comfortable. Have you noticed that? Like the way his legs and posture is? It kind of looks like a situation you've been there before. Although the topic of conversation seems super weird talking about rent rates, so I don't know. Maybe it's false confidence.
Oh, that's nice. Is she a younger girl too?
She's like 19, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So his old girlfriend was 18 or 19, right? And we know he's born in 1987. So, I mean, that's almost still like a 20-year gap if she was 18 or 19.
Yep. So yeah, I don't think I've ever really met anybody out that meet me, because it's like everybody's fake out there.
Yeah, really? I never.
A lot of people are, at least.
It's my like first time meeting someone out
You'll notice his foot is twitching as well. He's actually quite nervous.
there.
That's cool.
So,
Yeah.
a little nervous.
It has some real people, obviously.
Yeah, it does. It does have some real people. That's true. That is true.
So he's realized that, and now he's holding his foot to keep it still.
So, where does your mom work?
She's a nurse.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not hours.
Imagine meeting a 13-year-old girl and you ask her where her mum works, like using the word mum, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, and she always works nights too. She's always gone at nighttime. But I guess if they pay better like that, I don't know.
Yeah, I think at the night shift they probably get more.
Yeah.
I think my neighbor is a nurse, and I think she works at night all the time. So.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
nice. That's not bad.
typical guy that works in an office. That I bet this guy is a web developer or something like that. Probably makes websites in an office. And when you work in an office, the only conversation you're capable of is work because it's all you do in your life, right? These people don't talk about hobbies, aspirations, life, dreams, goals. Everything is work, work, work because it's all they do. Like, I think the bathroom door just opened.
On here.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
I'm good.
What's your name?
I'm David.
So you see how calm he is now, right? If I've noticed a lot of egocentric people who are always correct, they're always right, right? They never like to show anything defensive, weakness, or anything. So he's maintained his posture, and it's almost like, well, I'm supposed to be here. There's nothing going on.
David what?
I did psychology for a few years.
Excuse me?
David what? I'm with the Predatorial Investigation Unit,
okay.
sir. So, what's your last name? You don't know? Do you have an ID on you?
No.
Something funny, Dave?
He's almost smirking, like what are you gonna do? What you gonna do about this? I'm already here. There's nothing going on. Deep down, he's pretty nervous.
No.
Okay. Who were you just talking to? What brings you here?
Somebody named Tristan, yeah.
You're here to meet someone named Tristan,
I think.
you think. And how old is Tristan?
As far as I understood, she was 18.
18. That's funny because right
She just aged 5 years in 10 minutes.
here in the chat log, she said that she was 13 right there. Do you remember that? That's your Kick profile, right? Your Dave J on Kick.
I don't know what Kick is.
You don't know what Kick is? Okay.
I thought Kick was a live streaming thing, or is this something local?
It's the app that you were using to solicit this girl that told you she was 13 for the past couple weeks, if you remember.
I did not read that, I'm sorry.
You didn't what?
I didn't read that, I'm sorry.
You didn't read what?
I didn't read anything, because I don't...
No, but you messaged her and she told you she was 13. And now you're here to... shit is right.
I just was going to talk. I wasn't going to do anything.
Oh, okay.
He was gonna talk, but he took his shoes off, which could be a respectful thing. He took his gum out as well, and he's sitting on the edge of the bed. I mean, in these rooms, usually they have at least one chair or something.
To have with her, like you said in the chat log here.
No.
You said that you didn't want to get caught.
Yeah,
Right there. And that, just to be sure, that's a picture of you, right? That you sent live with the Kick camera?
I don't know how somebody got it.
Oh. Well, it's because, we have our way of finding things out, Dave.
Okay.
And, we do know that you're here to meet a, 13-year-old girl.
I did not realize that was the age, sir.
Why were you so worried about her being affiliated with police earlier?
Because people were fake on there before.
Oh, okay.
I've seen somebody and talked to some.
So he said they were talking for 2 weeks, right? So it's obviously like premeditated. He removed his jacket as well, and he said the jacket smelled of cologne, right? So if you hang out with why would you hang out with a 13-year-old? It's just dumb.
Off of that meat.
Off of me. And, okay.
It's not illegal to hang out with a 13-year-old, at least I don't think, in a public place, but why would you meet them in a hotel room without supervision? Like, even if you did nothing, it's still a big what the fuck,
Or a picture earlier to prove that she wasn't, associated with the police.
I'm sorry.
You don't know what. Well, let me help you, jog your memory. This is you, Dave J. Here you say, we can stick to pics and stuff for the time being. And then you say you would love to see some dirty pictures. And you ask her if she wants to, trade pictures as well.
I don't know what pic is. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Am I
Let me help,
okay to
Joe. I just want to ask you a few questions, Dave. We do have the police on standby, by the way.
Okay.
And then you send her a picture of your right there.
That's not a picture of me.
It sure looks like you, Dave.
I'm sorry, it's not.
But, so I understand. This is a picture of you, right?
That looks like me, yeah.
So,
That looks like me. So He's trying to deny everything because it's a catch-all, right? You don't want to be caught in your own lies. So what people do is deny everything, then they don't slip up on something that might happen later. So it's easier to deny everything, even seeing your own photo, because then you don't get caught in your web of lies, right? Was it George Orwell? Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we must practice to deceive. Was that Orwell? I don't remember.
Is it?
Well,
I mean,
let's see. Let's do a side by
You
side.
notice his forehead wrinkles going down. He's sort of angry at the line of questioning, right? This is how you can tell a person is quite egotistical and quite good in their own mind. You know, they're always correct, you know. You'll see that a lot. They almost get angry at the line of questioning. Like,
Dave, I just want to ask you a few questions,
am I
okay?
free to go?
Because we do have the police
I'm
on
not-
standby.
that photo, I've seen it on his friggin' Facebook profile picture. It's obviously him.
Free to go though?
I just have a few more questions for you here, Dave.
Okay.
So, let me see here. Chad, do you want to go ahead and put in the order?
Yeah.
Okay, appreciate that.
So when he says order, you watch a lot of these videos, the order means call the police, right? But because they're so friggin' disorganized in this video, for some reason he didn't know what he was talking about. But you'll say, oh, where's the order? Where's the Uber Eats? It just means like, where's the police?
And you did send her a picture of your right there, and you say,
I don't know what kick is again, and
so you don't have the
that's-
Kick app on your
that is
phone?
not. No.
Say, deny
Okay.
everything.
Call 911 for it.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't have the address.
Where's your emergency?
Hi, we're at
This security guy is so stupid. Like, talk about subtle. Because they're not allowed to detain him, right? They can't touch him. They're not authorities. In some areas, you can prevent them from leaving if you have proof, you know, like in Southern California, certain cities, you can prevent them from leaving. This is in Michigan, right? Grand Rapids. I think he's from Allentown or something like that. So it does depend on the state, right? Each state could be run like a country because they have their own state laws, but then they have federal laws, which is one that governs the states, right? So I'm not sure how Grand Rapids, Michigan lies in all of that. But the guy is as subtle as a fucking
Okay.
banana.
What's going on there?
I have here a man who is here to have with a 13-year-old girl caught in a sting operation.
Okay, are you an employee?
Nope, not an employee. Just a part of the Predatorial Investigation Unit, a privately owned and operated organization.
Okay, what room are you in?
We're in a room.
So you see how when he's just said that, he said he's not an authority, right? He's listening to the conversation and now he's realizing these people are nobody, right? They're just YouTubers. So that's his sign to bail.
We're going to get his...
You can contact my lawyer.
Yeah, that's fine. We're going to get his plate number. Can you get the camera? He's leaving.
Yeah, this guy's so full of shit because he's part of a lot of different communities, right? I can only speak on behalf of the dance game scene, but he's in like a raving clubbing community, a Half-Life community, and I've spoken with some people from these different communities, and they've actually sent me messages of him threatening them with lawyers and stuff from alt accounts, and nothing ever materializes, you know. But it's just something that people say because it sounds serious, you know.
Number 4. He's putting his shoes on right now. His name is Dave. We don't have a last name on him yet, but we're about to get his license plate number. So let's go and follow him out here.
But in America, you might as well say, why do you take your shoes off? But it's so normal to walk around the house in shoes. I don't get it personally. I'd always take mine off, but...
Took a picture of your next to a Monster can. And I got to say, what you're here to do tonight is very monstrous.
We're going to the vehicle right now.
I was here to talk.
So are you guys like trying to lure people in on
You can't be here to talk to a 13-year-old. What the fuck, man?
the internet, or what are you doing?
No, he came here of his own free will.
Organization.
Yeah.
He came here on his own accord, miss.
That's correct. It is a sting operation.
So you guys are going on the internet and trying to lure people to the hotel?
Can I actually have a
Well,
Yeah, so that agent on the phone, the dispatch operator, whatever you want to call them, absolutely useless. She should be fired, right? She's almost like saying, "Well, what evidence do you have? You know, what are you doing?" No, I asked for the police, send the police. They'll figure it out. It's not your job, you know. But he heard the call because it's on loudspeaker. Like I say, the security guy is like a fucking banana, right? So this is just all going wrong right now. And now David here is getting confidence, right? He's like, okay, I know you guys are just bullshit. I'm gonna take everything and I'm gonna bail, right?
For the police, Dave.
This is for us.
Strictly for the police, Dave. Sorry.
This is clearly a fake organization.
No, it's really not, Dave.
See, he's saying it's a fake organization. So now his confidence is way up here. So he's gonna try and turn the tables. He knows he's not being detained, right? That's why he's leaving.
See your ID?
Right here, Predatory Investigation Unit. Sir, please,
Can you please not touch?
please back up.
Back up.
Appreciate it, sir. Did you get a good look at it, though, Dave?
Are you guys? I cannot hear. There's too many people talking. What room number are you guys in?
Well, it was 148, but he is leaving to his vehicle right now, it looks like.
Okay. What kind of car are you leaving to?
We're going to find out in just a second.
Okay. So I'm just trying to clarify what's happening. Are you guys on the internet trying to lure people to the hotel?
I mean, essentially, yes.
How many of them
We're not-
are you?
There's 4 of us here.
Okay, so he's leaving the hotel. This dispatcher woman's driving me crazy. Like, please fire her. But this guy, right, he can pass on the dance game. If you follow dance games, right, he can pass a 16, right? A 16. So on Pump It Up, a 16, depending on the pattern, it could be a single 27, a single 28, because when you get into custom songs, because of the pattern of the arrows, it can really change the difficulty, right? There can be less arrows on the screen, but if they're rotating like this, it's harder than doing a faster song with more arrows. It's circumstantial, right? This guy can do 16s, right? He can get 99% on 16s. I think that's the last scores I saw, right? So this is what you would probably call at the time a stamina player, right? Even though what I've seen, I'd say more it's like timing, right? But when you're timing stamina songs, I think it's quite harder because you're hitting arrows with accuracy, but also maintaining cardio, right? So on paper, you would say, okay, this guy is pretty fucking good, right, at the game, right? He's getting 99% on quite hard songs. He's going to be like Usain Bolt, right? He's going to be bolting out of here. He's going to be sprinting out of here, right? His cardio is like with the fucking gods, right? He's doing a 16, right? This is what a 16 looks like in 2026.
We just want to have a chat, Dave.
So in America, mostly everywhere in America, right? They go everywhere in their car, right? I used to live 800 meters from 7-Eleven. I was living with a guy who'd never walked around his own neighborhood. He never walked to that 7-Eleven. He would get in his car and cross the street to get the mail, right? This is a cultural thing, right? This guy definitely came here in a car. There's no possible way he came on a bus, any other mode of transport. He came in a car and they know it. He knows it. He's seen his car, but now he wants to keep walking because they'll get his license plate. Like in America, I've been walking down the street and people are asking me if I need help. Where's my car? Is it broken down? It's like, no, I'm just walking to the post office. I'm from Europe. Okay. So he's thinking about what to do. He's seen his car. He's like, shit, I can't get in it. They're going to get my license plate. What am I going to do?
We'll just get the plate number here. It's a Cruise.
You're not police, right? Are you saying?
Yeah.
So I think he drives a BMW, right? That's not a BMW. So I think he's not really sure what to do right now. But he doesn't want to give them the satisfaction of them having his license plate. So he's just hanging out by a random car. It doesn't look like a BMW to me.
Clear that we're not the police. That's why we're
He's here to be a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, we made it clear that we're not the police, and that's why we're calling you guys.
Okay.
You notice how he's smiling? He always has that smirk, right? In his world, he is correct. He's number one. Everyone else, whatever. It's just in and out my ear, you know. This I see that a lot.
What color is it?
It's a Chevy Cruze, like silver.
Okay, let me know which way he goes.
Yeah, he's just standing outside his car right now. I'm pretty sure he knows he's free to go,
So
but
he knows that's not his car. I think that's why he's standing there, but he also doesn't want to wait around for police, I guess. So he's probably figuring out what to do. Maybe he can use some of that ITG Stamina to run away.
he's walking back to the hotel, looks like now.
He's walking back to the hotel.
He's walking, yeah, back towards the hotel now.
Is he black, white, or Hispanic?
He's a white male.
What's he wearing?
He's running now. He's wearing a black shirt and blue jeans.
Now Dave here seemed to be running for his life. Now keep in mind, Michigan winters are very cold.
Yeah.
He easily could have walked
They're very cold. I've been to Michigan 5 or 6 times. It gets fucking cold.
over a spot of ice and had a slip and fall. In similar instances, it's important to make
Ladies and gentlemen, this is someone that can 99 an ITG 16 in 2026. This is how they run for their life when the police are coming.
winters are very cold. He easily could have walked over a spot of ice and had a slip and fall. In similar instances, it's important to make sure that you're covered legally. And that's where today's video sponsor, Morgan & Morgan,
I can't. Wait. One more.
for a spot of ice and had a slip and fall.
One more. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy has passed an ITG 16, and here he is using his training, cardio, and stamina to run for his life from the police. Check out this Usain Bolt style cardio.
It's important to make sure that you're covered legally. And that's where today's video sponsor, Morgan & Morgan, comes into
the
play.
intro done.
Size matters in your vehicle.
Or Dave is able to leave the premises because obviously we can't make him stay there. And we didn't
Yes,
plan.
if you don't play dance games, it's a bit of a running joke because back in 2005, something like that, if you passed a 16, you would have an Olympic level of fitness, right? There was one guy who actually tried out for the Olympic trials, right? And he did what you would probably call a 16, right? Very hard song. You're pressing on the arrows like this, lifting your feet. The panels aren't too sensitive. And you would have to be borderline Olympic to be able to do that back then. And this was called stamina, right? So 20 years later, that stamina word never went away, but the way we play the game has changed dramatically from modifying the machine to have an easier time hitting the arrows, to the footwear being used, and the technique and baby powder, remote control car oil, and all these different fucking things, right, to make your life easier. But the word stamina never went away. So now they call this stamina, which is just like wiping the floor. So that's kind of like the joke, you know. He's quite fat, he's quite chubby, he can't run, but he can get 99 on a 16, and they call that stamina. So, yeah, this game sucks.
So it may be partially my fault, but when I told our security guard Chet to put in the order, that was obviously code for, you know, call 911, get the police over here. I was thinking that he would remain sort of in the background and quietly, you know, get the police to come to our location. But that's not what happened.
I lived in America for 10 years, and I've met people with good academic knowledge, but no streetwiseness, no common sense. And I've met people with no common sense and no education. And I'm not going to generalize here, but I'm not surprised, basically. I don't know. Always
The phone over to
confused
me and made it obvious to Dave that, you know, we were calling the police and that we weren't the police. So that seemed to sort of be Dave's cue to get up and leave.
Well,
Again,
yeah, why
not
wouldn't you,
Chet's
right?
fault. We
not
didn't
gonna stick
discuss it
around.
beforehand, but going forward in the future, we'll be sure to not, make that hiccup again. I mean, Dave got really, really close to me while we were, still on the phone with the police. Made me a bit uncomfortable. That was a bit of a tense situation.
I don't think he's really scared of Dave. I think he's hyping it up for the camera, He's like a tub of white goo.
Behind the hotel, he's walking to the back.
You know what I never understand is when they do these things and there might be potential to run, why are you wearing business shoes and pants? You just come in some fucking shorts and some trainers and get ready to sprint them down, get a high FPS camera with like motion stability, then you're going to get more footage for your channel, you're going to get a better reaction, and you're going to have someone chasing them down. Like, it's a win-win for everyone. But watching shaky footage with someone running in business shoes and out of breath, it makes no sense to me.
He's walking he's crossing the border.
Exactly.
You're right. Yeah, we're not chasing him. He has fled the motel. Looks like he's headed towards total.
This guy hasn't run in his life. He's like heel striking, so he's landing with the heels, foot down. He hasn't run whatever.
Yes. He's going where? Yeah. Correct.
And what is, whoever the first caller was, what is your first and last name?
Most dance gamers don't run, right? They don't run. If they play without the bar, there's probably a high chance they run or they have very good cardio. But if someone's playing with the bar, 95% of the time, that's all they do, and they have no cardio. You'll see that a lot. Some of the best dance gamers in the world can't run for shit.
That's what we're doing.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Unless he didn't actually park here.
How did he get away? That's the thing. They're all dressed wrong. The security is overweight. Like, what are you doing, guys?
Car. His car not over here.
Did he open it or anything?
He was about to. Unless that's not his car.
Unless it's not his car.
I mean, we have no way of knowing. But I mean, then would you have parked way over there?
Who knows?
He said the right side, though.
Yeah. He did say that.
There's no other
So,
over here, though. He might have parked back there, though.
He might have.
Maybe.
But, we stopped chasing him at this point.
It is what it is. All right. I'm gonna get my hoodie. Yeah.
Okay.
Props to what you guys do.
I appreciate it.
So much.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Have a good night. Stay safe.
Yeah, I don't really see many PRED things run in any other country, right? I know America has a lot of people, but how is it that so many YouTube channels can be successful PRED capture channels, right? It amazes me. But what I notice is in the dance game community, right? If you're a girl and you play dance games, all the same dudes add you, right? On Facebook, on Instagram. It's the same fucking dudes, right? There's like a pattern there, right? And you just don't know. So the thing is, you have to take it at face value. Oh, what a nice guy. That's it. But then you see shit like this, you hear different stories, and yeah, I don't know.
Yes, we did, sir. Probably about to get kicked out of here.
Oh, no, 100%. It is what it is. Bro.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's go back to our other hotel.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Sure?
he ran away, but his car is still
See, I told you.
around, right? He's gonna park in probably a bay near the front, because when I was in America, right, if you go to a shopping center with many shops or places, they like to drive between them, even though it's in one parking lot, right? It's super weird, because in the UK, you park in the lot and you just walk to all of them on foot. Whereas in America, you try to park as close to the door as possible. Sometimes people will be driving around for 10 minutes trying to get that elusive spot near the front door of wherever you're going, right? So I think they kind of know he's coming back for his car.
He was
he is
older,
not old.
but probably not that old.
We're gonna skip a bit.
Individual show up here tonight to meet who he
So sadly, a lot of these PRED YouTube channels, the police will come. They'll usually put them in jail, right? But most of the time they get released the next day, right? Even though they send them the chat logs and everything. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. If this happened in the UK, they probably wouldn't even put them behind bars because it costs the taxpayers so much money. They'll just send them away with roses, you know. So it's super rare I see a conviction. They end up going to prison and things. So you get a lot of these channels that do it just for content, right? Advertising revenue and stuff. And there is a bit of care about what happens to these people, but a lot of the time, a lot of them do it just for the revenue and stuff and kind of just hope the police do something, but typically they don't.
girl for okay. And I was questioning him a little bit, and then as we had 911 on the phone, he decided to get up and leave. He went over to that Chevy Cruze over there, but then he ran all the way over there, circled around, went around the corner of the restaurant over there.
So you don't know if that was his car.
I guess we.
You know, it's funny. I think he had a BMW and his license plate said Dave or Dave 6 or something. I don't know if they'll show it. I think they will.
We were told to stop pursuing him, obviously, but he did.
Here and went straight to that car. Didn't make a beeline.
Yeah, he went straight to that car. Yeah.
Any of this coordinated with any sort of law enforcement?
No, we tried. I tried earlier this week reaching out to you guys, or Grand Rapids PD detective. And
So he says, like, did you get help from the police to do this, right? And usually the conviction rate will be higher because you have police in your organization helping you to catch the PREDs, right? Then someone's going to witness it. Creating these reports is easier, but it's very hard to do. I mean, you get a police officer from their duty and ask them to help you catch PDFs. Like it's easier said than done, you know. It's very hard to coordinate something like that unless you're super famous. You have a TV channel.
said that he wasn't going to do any sort of collaboration with a civilian conducted sting operation.
Okay.
He did say that.
Glasses real quick.
Okay. He asked if we want to trade picks. He says we can stick to pics and stuff for the time being, and he says he wants to send dirty pictures. And then there he does, of course, send a dirty picture. And he says, you know, rub that blank for me. Sends another graphic image. And then he sends a picture of his held up next to a Monster Energy drink can, I guess to sort of show the, you know, size, the comparison in size. Then, you know, we have another picture of him that he sends.
You know what's funny, right? What I noticed, the psychology of this is when you're contacting people through these apps, right? And you say like literally 2 lines of text and then the dirty pictures come, right? These people have those dirty pictures on their phone in a folder ready to go, right? It's so normal for them to send them that they're ready to go. So they don't want to waste too much time talking because they think it's going to be a waste of their time. They want to focus on just getting something, anything of any quality as quickly as possible, right? Everything's always ready to go. And when you look at the psychology of this, it's actually quite disgusting because what it tells you is it's not his first time, you know. Obviously, it's not his first time. At least that's my opinion anyway.
You know, more talk. He has his thing out, and then he says, I'll give you my thick blank. And he says he's going to send pictures of him stroking his thing. And, you know, pretty much just sort of goes on from here. He's trying to basically, you know, solicit, you know, from a minor. And
this is a person that was in the dance game community. Many people hung out with him. He came to events. I think he came to tournaments. And I think he helped someone move a machine as well. So they could move an arcade machine in their house. And no one seemed to detect any issues with that. But it's like it is what it is, right? Because you can look at someone and think, oh, they're a nice guy. You have no idea what's going on behind, right? And what I don't understand is when someone is very honest and direct with you, a lot of people don't like that, right? They don't like negativity, they don't like honesty. They'd rather choose someone where they're not doing those things. It just doesn't mean they're not doing it when you're not there or behind the scenes or they're thinking about it, you know. I'd rather have someone that, to me, that was honest. I know exactly what's going on. Everything I hear, even though it could be negative, at least I know that that's the whole picture, you know. You're not dealing with some fucking psychopath PDF who comes in your house and acts all nice, then you see this shit on YouTube in 4K, right? It's just fucking gross.
Images to who he thinks is a 13-year-old girl.
Who is he saying that he is?
He is saying that his name is Dave on here, Dave J.
Dave L.
33, 31,
But who knows what his actual name is?
You can Google it. I'm not gonna say it.
It just says Dave J. I have his username on my phone. I can look at his username.
As far as all of that information that you have,
yeah,
is that? Do you have that in an email form?
Police are probably going to be useless. They're doing their job, but they pass it over to an investigator, right? And they never seem to investigate to a conviction. I'm not sure why. I see it a lot.
It's like a private messaging app.
In the corner.
He was at a car back in the corner.
Yes, like where that silver one is, right next to that truck. He was over there. He was standing. He was standing.
We gotta let him know
like
that.
this.
Like by the car.
Yes.
Then I would let them know.
Okay.
That's why I was so confused. Why?
Because he did say he was parked on the right side.
Yeah, that's why I was confused when he came out here.
You saw that?
The entire
To me, how does that girl look 13, you know? Like,
to come through.
he might act intelligent, but he thought he was meeting a 13-year-old girl. She looks kind of like 18. I don't know. I guess he was so horny the alarm bells didn't go off.
Throw us off. And he did. For a little bit. Until we took a look around the parking lot and saw a silver BMW parked in this dark corner.
Oh, they found it. Okay.
With the name Dave 46 on the license plate. So we figured that had to have been, his car. So after Dave ran out of the parking lot into the cold without his jacket on, the police arrived on scene. Obviously nothing happened to Dave that night, but he will be getting what's coming to him. I didn't have a last name on Dave, so I had no idea who he really was. However, upon the investigation done by the detective over at the Kent County Police Department, he was able to pull up some information. And at this time, it's still an ongoing investigation, but it is very much being looked into.
Nah, it's not BS, right? So, I don't know what happened with this, but there is an update on this situation that I did want to go through, and all of this was posted publicly. So, yeah, I'm going to give you a bit of an update on this situation. So, the first thing was Dave's jacket. It got left behind in the sting operation. I guess he wanted to run away as fast as he could and didn't even think about, picking up his jacket there. He put his shoes back on, but yeah, didn't get the jacket. Well, it ended in 8 days from this point, and yeah, $19,300 for Dave's PDF jacket smelling of apparent Dior cologne. $19,000. You know what's super sad about that is I've done fundraisers, right, for dance gaming and all different things, right? I climbed Mount Everest in my house. It took 23 hours. And I raised $420 for suicide prevention, right? I fed some kids in Cambodia. I raised around $50 for that. And I've done a lot of work for domestic violence charities for menkind. And we tipped over 1,000. And this is 19,300 for a PDF jacket. That's just sad. It's sad because that's where people's priorities lie, Like, no, It's even more than what you'd give to a gamer girl when she starts crying because her chair's broken. 19,300 is insane. I can't believe it. Okay, what other updates do we have? Okay, here's another public update I found. People in Discord, I've made so many videos about Discord. They think it's private. It's not. They just seem to post whatever they want in there. I don't know why, but they do. So I found this in Discord. It was public. Here you go. So this is David's website, which is again removed from the Wayback Machine. But that doesn't hide you away from backlinks. So if you're a web developer, you know what a backlink is. You can find a lot of information on a backlink. So this is his website. It's down again, but there's a screenshot here posted in Discord. So this was posted June 2023. What we got then? I haven't actually read this yet. Okay, so Vilepickle, yeah, he made some packs for the dance game called Pickle Poppers 1 to 3. Never heard of it, so it's probably shit. You have my permission. Don't need your permission. No one does. When people make these files, they steal music from artists. So why do we need your permission if we don't need the artist's permission? Never understood that. So this is the first update. It's taken. Oh, this is the update. No way. Okay, it's taken me a while to write this with a clear head. Okay, to those that I have negatively affected, I attempted to reach out to you, to a few of you, but I have either been blocked or individuals are not willing to reply to me. This is really the only way I know how to say my piece in a way that won't get dogpiled by social media. So at the start of this video, I talked about forgiving people. So I'm going to talk about that in a second. This is my official apology to everyone. No matter what you feel, know that I feel the same way about myself, and if it's any consolation, I have paid the price. First, an explanation. I have an addiction to sex and would seek it out through social media channels. What did I say? You get the folder on your phone, you put in your highlight moments with the monster can, send them to everyone, right? I can guarantee that no other instances of me seeking sex involve the circumstances you know about. So he hasn't done this before with an underage girl, apparently. Whether or not you believe me is up to you. I don't know if I do, but that's my opinion. But I don't really have any reason to lie. You have a lot of reason to lie, for sure. I don't agree with that. Having learned the details about this addiction, you don't learn the details. It's not a learning experience. Anyone that's addicted to alcohol or drugs, you don't learn. You know what you're doing and you can't control it. I came to understand that I've broken through my denial. When an incident like this happens, it often leads to destruction of many lives. This is true for me, and maybe some way this will help if you're a vengeance seeker. Okay, so we need to feel bad for him now because he has lost his job. I think he was a Drupal developer. Public information, I found it on Google. All of my friends, not just a few. So every single one. My relationship. No way, a relation. Oh, he was with somebody. So he was gonna cheat on her as well. Or him. I don't know. Probably a girl, isn't it? My close neighbor relations. My entire online identity, which I maintained for 23 years. I am uncomfortable going anywhere in public. Yeah. Well, no, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true because of what I'm going to show you in a second. So he's uncomfortable going anywhere in public. No, I think that's BS. No, I don't trust anything you say because you told one lie. Oh. Let's look at the next update. Hey there, Stepmania players. So he's talking about dance gamers. I know you're still obsessed about. This is main character syndrome. I know you're still obsessed about me because I am the main character. So I'll post a few facts because you care about me so much. I don't intend to rejoin your community, the cult. I did 2 streams this weekend because I was tired of some streamers making jokes about my past mistakes. And that's my time. Oh, sorry, that's my last time I ever plan on stream. I can't speak today. I was doing so well up until now. Um, so I hope you'll just leave me alone. Okay. I know how much it matters to you that I won't be oh, he's got main character syndrome. Main character syndrome. He is the main character of this video, though. Otherwise, I'd be doing something way cooler. Although this is pretty cool. I decided to go live to stand up for myself. Is that English? I don't know what I'm reading. Clearly a big mistake, as this guy this guy is off the radar. I think this guy is quite intelligent. From Google, it looked like he has a good job, but this grammar is all over the place. I think this guy is off the rails. Clearly a big mistake. Only certain people are allowed to step on arrows. So I've made a different video about this. I haven't uploaded it yet, so I'm just going to cover this slightly briefly. Since most of you don't believe in forgiving anyone, I can safely tell you to fuck off. I hope you don't make mistakes in your life. Okay, well, this isn't a mistake for one. This is a big fucking unforgivable moment as far as I'm concerned. Now, other people have different standards for forgiveness, but I want to talk about forgiveness, right? So there was one other guy who's from America in the dance game community, and I've played with this guy multiple times, and he put cameras in women's restrooms, right? He was convicted and he's on the sex offenders registry, right? Even today. So when you're on the sex offenders registry, you have to get your picture taken quite a lot to make sure. I don't know why. I've never been on it. I don't know much about it, but it's through some small research on the matter. Basically, they have to check that you're okay, you're doing okay, you're not trying to leave the country, all that shit, right? And like I told you at the start of the video, the dance game community has got a lot of these fucking characters in it, and I don't know why more people aren't talking about it publicly, you know? It's ridiculous. Um, this is an unforgivable in my opinion, but what is forgiveness, right? This is what I want to talk about because I've seen people who have been convicted by the police. They've gone to jail, they've gone to prison, and they've been released, right? So they've served their time, which was given to them by a judge for a crime they committed, right? So they've paid the price, and this is an institution which is supported by the government. So when they get released from prison, then are they not forgiven automatically, right? So in my opinion, it is circumstantial, right? If you go into a store and steal some money, you go to prison 9 months and you come out. Would I want to be friends with this person? Depends. I think it's circumstantial, right? That's my opinion. But I don't think I'm going to parade their things around the internet and ridicule them, right? Because they've served their time in a system supported by society, right? It would be unfair to banish them from everything forever, but also bully and ridicule them, right? Because maybe they want an opportunity to turn their life around. How can they ever do that, right? How can they become introduced back into society and reform and all that stuff? You're sort of denying them that opportunity, and you may say, well, they it was their choice, but I also think that everyone makes mistakes, right? Everyone makes mistakes. I don't know what this thing is where people strive to meet the most perfect person, right? Because they're a hypocrite. Everyone has made a mistake. And if you've never made a mistake in your whole life, then you haven't lived a life. You've probably never left your house, right? So it's very hypocritical and stupid to try and look for perfection in every single person you meet, right? It's ridiculous. So in this situation, was this guy convicted? Not that I know of, no. I mean, even in this updated post here, he lost his friend's relationship, but did he serve time in an institution for his crime? Now, the other thing we don't know is maybe the evidence was bullshit, right? Maybe the guy uploading this YouTube video faked it all. We don't know, but there is a strong possibility he didn't. Why would he? Why would he meet a random person off the internet and put all this effort in, right? It's up to the police and everything else to understand what's going on. So when you watch a video like this, or the one I just narrated, it's your decision, right? But don't listen to what other people say. Don't listen to what your friend says or people in this community say, right? You're an individual. You can make up your own decision, right? So this guy that put in cameras in women's restrooms, right? He has a lot of friends, right? People in the dance games community still hang out with him. They play with him. And for me, it was a bit confusing. I couldn't really work it out, but that's it. Maybe they forgive him. Maybe he turned his life around. You can still be on the sex offenders register and turn your life around, right? I think you're on that offenders register for what, 10 years or something? Or does it depend what you do? I'm not really sure. I don't know much about it. But it's individual, right? It's an individual thing, right? Do I forgive this person? And when you offer forgiveness, you have to open yourself up to protecting yourself at the same time, you know? Just because I've forgiven you doesn't mean I want you in my house with my family sharing potatoes together, you know? These are two different things. Maybe I'll talk with you in a social environment, but I don't want you anywhere near me privately, right? This is all individual. And I think anyone telling anyone not to talk with someone, not to interact with someone is absolutely stupid because that's like a mob mentality. Forgiveness is individual. But for me, no, I don't want this guy anywhere near me, right? So, but that's my opinion. Don't listen to me. That's my opinion, right? So the next and last thing I want to talk about here is this sense of community, right? A lot of people in this community think the community is the only way to enjoy and play dance games, right? So you see how it says, I don't intend to rejoin your community / cult. Wait, you don't need a community to play dance games, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. You can put a credit in a machine and you can play a machine. This guy owns his own machine. Why does he need a community to play a game? Like, what is this mentality? It's so fucking weird, right? You don't need a community to play. It's absolutely ridiculous, right? If anything, I think the whole 27 years of my interaction with the community is a net negative, right? I've released all kinds of things for the community, and what have I gotten back, right? Like I went to a couple of tournaments, but I didn't need to be a member of the community to attend the tournament, right? I think most people run it a net negative for hanging out in public discords and online communities, especially in this game, right? It's full of absolute retards. So not being in a community, who the fuck cares, right? Everything's done online anyway. No one really hangs out in person anymore. And even when you do hang out in person, everyone's on their phone, not talking, not interacting, and not going to dinner afterwards. You don't need a community. It's absolutely ridiculous. But this guy is super salty that he can't be a member of one. It's like, so fucking what, right? If you want to enter an online tournament, just give yourself a fake name and go for it, right? The only thing I can think of is if you need recognition for winning, then that comes down to an ego problem, but it's certainly not a participation community issue. Don't understand that at all. But that's the update. But there is one more update. So let's have a look at that. So here's something else I found. I guess as I learned, he's a member of all different communities. This was posted by a guy called Corey, who is part of like the nightclub scene in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I find some interesting things in their group as well. So there's our friend there. 116, wow. So heads up, this dude was just kicked out of the pyramid scheme, which is like a bar, like a night club, with a fake ID. So he used a fake ID to get in. Can't comment on that thread anymore, but wanted people need to be warned that he has a fake ID. So basically, he's been banned from most of the clubs in Grand Rapids, right? Because he was also a member of the dance game community, but he was also part of this local night scene as well, right? So he's been banned from so many establishments, and they're all telling each other, so they don't. He's not allowed in most of the places, right? But now he has a fake ID, so he's using a different name to get in. So apparently, but I have messaged this guy too, so let's look at some more stuff. Here's another thing I found as well in this on Twitter, X, I think. He went, oh, this is when he went live streaming. He's got 4 viewers. Yeah, this is probably how he plays dance games. You see how those feet are solidly on the floor. They're not getting any air between the shoe and the ground. Based on his running style, I would guess that's how he plays dance games as well. So he even says, look, cancelled ITG player plays for his top fans. Ridiculous. Okay, what else? Okay, and I think this is pretty much the last thing. So, because we're part of the dance game community, we don't hear really too much about other communities that other people are in. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but yeah, generally a lot of people in this community aren't too social, amongst other things. But you do hear nuggets here and there. But I did actually reach out to this guy. He's super cool, and he filled me in on a lot of information, including this one. Here we go. This guy attends a lot of shows in Grand Rapids in Michigan. His name is David L. This actually said his full name. I just removed it. He attends Billy's, 20 Monroe, and the intersection quite often. So these three places are like bars, nightclubs, things like that, where EDM shows take place, so electronic digital music. So he probably loves that stuff on the dance machine too. His profile is in the comments for awareness, and he's been banned from the intersection, the stash, the mint, elevation, pyramid scheme, and Billy's, and he's pretty much banned everywhere. Too many to type out, and I imagine his fake ideas as well. A lot of shocked people. 120 likes, 72 comments, wow, 621 shares, right? This is a testament to how how much people want to spread awareness about this, but this I haven't seen too much of this inside this community. That's the thing, right? It's crazy. So let's have a look. Gotta get that one right on all. Um, Here we go. All comments. Oh, what's this? We'll have a look at that in a second. Um, let's look at it now. Hang on. Okay, so this was the reaction to that post, which we're gonna look at first. So this was sent by David, alt account. Corey, I'm in the process of suing you over this and related posts, and I'll be serving you court papers that will need responding to. As this is the only way I know to contact you, expect any information to be sent here and expect it to be addressed. Serving court papers is serious, so I expect you to comply with that. I am in the beginning of the legal process, but I am still open to stopping this if the offending posts are removed. Wow. Also, it may be relevant for you, but I do not attend concerts anymore, so your goal was accomplished, I suppose. So I reached out to Corey about this, and he said nothing came of it. And we saw in the video he made similar threats to the people filming him, so probably all talk, I guess. But I have noticed that if you are going to say you're going to do that, just do it, right? It's very expensive, but if you think you are right, do it. That's my advice to you. I've done it. I've won twice, lost zero. Highly recommend. But I don't think this is getting anywhere. Like, no, no way. So the reactions, look, I'm gonna sue you, but if you stop putting out what you did to the public, yeah, no. Don't be a creep, yeah. He tried threatening me in multiple ways. This is all alleged, by the way, but it is public. You can find it on Google. It's nothing you can't find yourself. Can we make sure he's banned from our events? So these are all different people tagging their venues to make sure he can't go. Bro tried to take the chat log paper as if the security wasn't right there. The security was useless though, wasn't he? I was gonna say things that will get my Facebook restricted again. Okay. Permaban from any of our events. So these are all the nightclubs and bars and things chipping in because they're seeing his message. I think this Corey guy must be like the final boss of EDM Nights Out because everyone seems to know him. So it's probably a bad guy you want to be enemies with. I work at 20 Monroe and I was notified he was there last night. I've sent it up. Oh, he was there last night. So that message was a lie. Big noted. I don't think I've seen the guy at Billy's on a Monday. Wow. Constant vigilance. I love you for raising awareness. Let's expand all of these. Oh, wait, what's this? Pretty sure the last time I was there, he was there. He literally made me uncomfortable the whole night and stared at me for hours standing in the same spot. He never Dance gamer. Dance gamer. He never socialized. Dance gamer. Literally just watched me like a hawk. Dance gamer. It's been a minute since I've been to Billy's, but I've seen him there. Oh. What? All of the things you've posted, you've met a PDF featured in Skeet's videos. Wow. Never met him. He's just been harassing people. So he hasn't met him. He just heard through harassments on his grapevine. I follow Skeeters on YouTube. Wow, yeah, it's crazy when that video came out. His aggressive behavior should be dealt with. Look at that. There's more to be posted. There's more stuff. I mean, if he did take Corey to court, what would his case be? I mean, you know, Corey would go to court with the video, right? He would get exposed even more. And he lost all his friends and neighbors. Like, it's strange. It's not defamation of character. So defamation, people throw this word around like crazy. It's very hard to win a defamation case in court. Very hard. Google it. It's mostly recycled people posting recycled content. This is what I was talking about last night with dude that was talking to you while we were trying to leave. Talking about how much he missed seeing you or something. Oh, wow. Not gonna read that one. Crazy. I did post his profile in the comments section, but as soon as I started posting this video, he changed his profile photo to a cat and made everything private. We saw that. Oh, he deleted his profile, but he's active on Messenger. Photo of him at 20 Monroe recently. Oh, this looks like an altercation. An altercation. Look, hand in his pocket. Get away from me. His stance is like I'm ready to run, but he is doing his little stupid smirk again. She looks pissed, but it might be like resting bitch face, I'm not sure, but it don't look like a friendly encounter because she has her back to him, sort of. It's almost like get away from me. And why would you take a photo if he was a random person? Yeah, they must already know. Wow. Okay, thank you for sharing. He looks like she's about to beat his ass, yeah. Uh, oh no. There's so much in here. Yeah. I can now reply. I was his bartender at the intersection. I have never seen any weird stuff. Okay. Apparently a lot of other people have. I can switch from nice to knock your teeth out real quick. Good. I appreciate people that can defend themselves. Okay. Wow. Yeah. After reading and watching, I want to throw up. I've been around him for years as his bartender. Years. He went to so many shows. I feel gross, it creeps me out. I have daughters and a son. I will go ape. Wow. Yes, his new profile, look with the cat. He's using a fake ID now. He's gonna sue me. Wow. Crazy. And then this post was shared publicly. Okay, so over here, this post was shared here in this group. So you can see a lot of these places are saying, yeah, got him on the ban list. Thanks for sharing. I'll see what I can do to make sure he's banned from any events and keep my eye out. So these are all people in the community. They've seen him at Billy's. He's already banned from all these places. Da, da, da. He hasn't tried to infiltrate our scene yet. So these are all the people, a member of this group. And this was only a year ago, so it's been reshared, I guess. Crazy. No, this guy asked about rubbing my feet in the back room. I'm sick. What? Wow. So I think there's a few important things here that I want to do to summarize this video. We talked a little about forgiveness, but I think the most important thing is to not believe what anyone says, right? If you hear something negative, always ask to hear the other side of the story, right? If you don't hear the other side, maybe the guy disappears, it doesn't mean they're automatically guilty, right? Think about it. If someone's being accused in a public space, right, they have the option to defend themselves, but by defending themselves, it means they would have to share their side of the story, exposing a lot of private information about themselves. A lot of their friends and family are gonna see it, and they might just not want to do that, you know. In this situation, it's a little bit different. But the important thing of why I mention this is because in this same community, the dance game community, I've seen a lot of accusations by girls, right? Like, my partner slapped me and threw a teddy bear at me, and now I'm crying. And I've made a GoFundMe, so you give me a chair and a desk and all this weird stuff, right? And what I've learned is if you're a girl in the dance game community, people will believe you 9 times out of 10, right? Unless they know the guy in person and they have some sort of previous experience with their personality or something like that, right? 9 times out of 10, they'll believe the girl, right? And they'll write this really long thing, crying and all this stuff, right? And the guy has the choice, right? Does he defend that, right? Or does he just disappear, right? So what I've seen a lot is the guy will disappear, right? We've had people go to Japan for world championships, right? They get accused by a girl, they disappear, right? We've had community leaders actually in the same community as this guy. This is how often this shit happens, right? He decided to disappear, right? But that's his choice, right? He has the choice to defend himself, but that doesn't automatically mean he's guilty if he runs away, right? It doesn't assume guilt. And I've seen a lot of messages saying, well, he walked away, he deleted his profile, so that speaks for itself, right? Okay, but these people didn't have a 4K video on YouTube, right? We have a lot of things to look at. We have a lot of posts to look at. We can come up with an informed decision without the need to believe and rely on other people, right? So a lot of the people in this community are not very intelligent, right? A lot of their life evolves around dance gaming, right? And if you want an opinion from somebody about this situation, why would you ask someone in that lifestyle, right? Why wouldn't you ask someone who's a bit more life experienced, right? They do more than just play a dance game and step on arrows, right? These are not good people to get decisions from that could potentially affect someone's life, right? This video, I feel like there's enough evidence for me to say, I don't want to be friends with this guy ever again. I don't want to see him again, right? That's my opinion, right? But if you look at all the other cases that have happened throughout the years, you have to ask yourself, right? Have I ever heard like their side of the story, right? Have I ever sent them a message to find out more information? Have I ever called them up on the phone and say, "Oh, I heard this horrible thing about you, but can you please explain yourself or your side of the story? Are you willing to do that?" If you're not willing to do that privately with me on the phone, then I can't personally be your friend anymore. But you're giving them that opportunity to tell you in private so you can preserve a friendship, right? Because what I see a lot in 2026 is a lot of people with poor education who live in social bubbles and echo chambers, have no real interaction from the real world, all come together and try and expose and ban someone based on very little information. It happens a lot. It's happened to me, right? And the only difference is I took mine to court and I've won multiple times, right? That's the difference. But sometimes what you'll find is you present the evidence, you present the truth, and people don't want to hear it. They just hate you. That's the reality. So don't be in that situation where you try to defend yourself. It's just the fact is, people just don't want to listen at the end of the day. It's not the good story that wants to be told. Everyone has the ideal story in their head, and it has to be true because it's believable, you know. Some people just don't want to hear the other side. And you hear this a lot when you hang out in these communities, like dance game communities, because the education, the life experience is quite poor. A lot of these people have never traveled to another country or interacted with a different group of people. If you post something negative like, oh, guys shouldn't enter girls' tournaments and therefore you're automatically transphobic, it's like, well, uh, you know, like, do you think all people are the same? Do you think a lady boy in Thailand is the same as a transsexual in Europe? And why do you put a blanket over phobia? And it's all these wild accusations because these people aren't exposed to the real world, right? And I can say this coming from the community, which I've been in for 27 years, right? I know these people inside out. So when David says this is a cult, it is a cult. I'm not gonna lie, it's a horrible cult, but he's talking about a certain part of the American community, right? If you go to South America, which none of these people probably have never done, do you think they're going to act the same way? No, they have different opinions, morals, they play the game differently, they interact differently, right? Same when you go to Asia as well, right? You can't generalize something that happens in your very small community and apply that to the entire world. It becomes almost irrelevant in a different country. But what is relevant is in this video, right? I think this video ticks all the boxes on an international level, right? You watch this video in Paraguay, you watch it in Nigeria, you watch it in New Zealand, the same boxes apply. Yeah, this guy met up with a very young girl. It looked very suspicious, and then he tried to shuffle away, right? We can all see that, and I think in all of our countries and communities, it looks very wrong, right? And I think that's the takeaway, and I think that's sort of like the final message of the video. But I hope you enjoyed the interaction. I think we took a negative moment and turned it into food for thought, and also, you know, spreading awareness as well. But you know, I think if you want to forgive David, that's your opinion, but it's individual, you know. But you've heard my opinion, and yeah, it's just something to think about. So I hope you enjoyed watching something a little different, and I'll see you in another video coming soon. Take care.